would have a very drastic effect on our school, and not only our school, but students as well, if the budget cut was to take place. To reduce so much would ruin a lot of people. You know, education shouldn't just be a privilege.
I truly feel that the state needs to support higher education.
Just one story I can tell, our copier had grown so old over in the honors program that we couldn't get a contract to maintain it. So we found a free one on Craigslist, and we sent a couple of graduate students in a pickup truck to bring it back. So this is what it's come to in terms of the cuts that we've had to face. There are 100 stories like this around the campus. Classes that go untaught, positions unfilled, library books or journals that we can't order, and ultimately it's students who are going to feel the pinch from all of these cuts.
I'm definitely against it. It started up at 60 and it's declining slowly, but we still have a budget cut that's about to take place, and I know if this happens, our tuition's definitely going to go up to make up for that budget that we lost this semester. So I definitely don't want to see this happen.
I think that it is short-sighted to focus on creating a new 12th separately accredited university within our state when over the past 4 or 5 years I've seen budgets continuously decrease. I think that by continuing this trend, we are shortchanging ourselves, because education is one of the fundamental ways to enter the workforce, to enter the economy, and to have upward mobility.
I think they're absolutely ridiculous. I've heard that we've had the highest rates of budget cuts among any other school. I'm glad the student government went to fight it over in Tallahassee, and I'm just hoping that our voice gets heard, because this is just ridiculous. It's happening everywhere, and the last place you want it to happen is in our education system. I mean, that's where people go to prosper.
I think that it will seriously decrease the ability for students on the campus to learn effectively. I think that it's ridiculous. I think it's unfortunate. I think I'd like to know why. I'd like to know what you really need that money for.
I would like to urge our legislators to please try to preserve the university's budget. Our state university budgets have been cut year after year after year after year. There is no, if there was any fat, it has been cut off at this point, and any further cuts would be damaging to our academic programs.
Proposed budget cuts will make it extremely harder for students like myself, because with these cuts, the education will be tougher. They'll have to probably raise tuition, and that will make me have to take out more loans, and when I take out more loans, it'll make it hard for me to repay, and I don't think it's a really good idea to do that to kids in the state of Florida.
I would hate to see my tuition rise even more than it is, and I would love to see something done about it.
Well, I think that if you're going to find anything to cut, it should not be future workers that are trying to get an education and trying to be productive in Florida.
I think it's really unfortunate, because you are technically punishing those that are the future of your economy. You're taking away from those that are going to better, hopefully, the future. And it's really disappointing, because all we want to do is just get a really good education and go out there and better our country and better our communities. And by cutting those budgets that are fundamental to our learning, you're basically saying you're not worth spending money on. You're not worth our tax dollars. Basically, you're saying the future isn't worth it.
It's discounting the impact that education can make on the development of a community and the growth of an economy.
Again, I just have to implore our legislatures to preserve the investment in higher education in the state of Florida.